Hey guys, and welcome to Little Black Book. You know what time it is. We're talking to you guys obviously about Brandon and Mary. I want to say this: Brandon has allowed Mary to pressure him, to fugazi him, to scam him into giving her a baby. He's now locked, loaded, and settled in with her. Now, I want to be very, very clear. We saw on last season, or at least the earlier episodes of the season, where Mary had issues with her communication. She was being rude, she was being disrespectful, she was being mean, she was doing tug, push and pull, she was being aggressive, she was being ghetto, she was being all types of, maybe ghetto was a bit too much, but she was being someone who was not going to be a great partner at all, manipulative as well. And Brandon called it out. So how do we get from there and get to a point now where we're now sitting in Philippines? The dad has gone away for 3 months, and they are now pregnant, or she is now pregnant. Took 2 pregnancy tests, and if they can take pregnancy tests, they could have got condoms. Because the same place you got the pregnancy test from, you can get some condoms from too. But we didn't do that, right? We're now in a situation where Brandon has to ask himself a very serious question: am I going to regret having a child with Mary? More than likely, because here's the thing: your relationship was rocky and in a very bad place before this, and you saw the manipulative tendencies, and you guys weren't married, and so now you're in a situation where you are still figuring out life, still figuring out where you want to go, still figuring out stuff, and you've now got her pregnant. But how they got to that place is so interesting. We're going to talk a little bit about that on this episode. If you're new to the channel, do me a massive, massive favor. Like it, share, subscribe. Click on that bell button for notification, the uploads. And for those of you who are returnees, already know what it is, baby. You got the minerals, baby. Listen, before we go any further, I want to let you guys know we are trying to get to 100K before the end of the year. We're trying to do the impossible. And you know what? Everything is possible when you guys are a part of the team. So make sure you guys subscribe and like and share as well. And do me a massive favor, we have a membership. Join it. It's £1, it's $1. We have membership lives every other Tuesday as well. We have some good vibes and conversation. I want to be very frank as well. Listen, don't miss out on our merchandise. Okay, we got the hoodies, we got the windbreakers, we got the hats, we got everything winter-wise, and winter's coming around the corner. It'll be here in a second or two. Okay, don't play with it, don't play with it, don't play with it. Grab your Mineral Gang merchandise down below as well. Let's get into this conversation. Let's talk a little bit more about Brandon and Mary because they are an interesting couple. Let's have a look at this.
I'm like, oh, this is really happening. Like, what? Things just got a lot more complicated.
Now he said, "Oh, I just suddenly realized, things got a little bit more complicated, and you know what? Oh my gosh, there's something that's happening here, and I'm in a relationship, and now she's pregnant, and stuff like that. And yeah, listen, bro, let me be very honest with you. You should never be in this situation. But how it started is where it gets crazy. You guys weren't having sex. You weren't trying to have that. She said no. Then when she decided she was going to give it up, she gives it up. But then she says she's feeling broody, and she's feeling like she wants to have a child. Now, I don't know about you, but that flip and turnaround is crazy. I'm feeling broody and I'm feeling like I want to have a child just as you're about to start having sex. At that point, you should have woke up and smelled a Kenko coffee. And the reason why this is dangerous for Brandon is because, like I said, the previous behavior has not been addressed. And this can really come back on you so quickly. How you see her now, oh, baby, you might not see her the same way in a couple months' time or a couple years' time. This could really turn nasty very, very quickly when hormones are involved, when a child's involved, when stress is involved, when money, financial situations are involved. It can turn really nasty really quickly because it's really done so beforehand. Why are we repeating the same mistakes? In fact, why are we further enhancing our mistakes, now adding a child who's a responsibility for a long stay into the situation? I said Brandon allowed this to happen because he had already come to a conclusion he didn't need to be there. He came to a conclusion that she wasn't the right kind of person for him. And then he allowed himself to be sucked back in. Okay? He allowed himself to be sucked back in again once more. And so for me personally, I mean, listen, they had been waiting for 2 years. Okay? They'd been waiting for 2 years to sleep with each other. They hadn't done it yet. Now they had slept with each other, immediately got a child. Oh, yeah, it's great. We know we're going to marry each other. Yeah. If that's what we're really saying. But the reality of the situation, I don't see it and I don't buy it. So for me personally, Brandon needs to get himself into gear, get himself into action, and to fully understand what ramifications of his actions are. Right? What you saw of her, it's only going to get worse. Like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for notification uploads. We appreciate you guys. Stay locked, stay loaded.